When you're out in the wild, always pack an extra dose of Daily Dysfunction. Now here's your survival guide, the Caveman himself, Gabe.
Oh, excuse me, pardon me.
There he is, coming out of the wild. Found him. Found him.
That was very...
How you doing, Gabe?
I need to take a breather real quick.
Is it really... It was thick brush?
Yeah.
It seemed like it.
You all right?
It was really
Do you
heavy.
need an inhaler?
Yeah, does anyone have an inhaler?
Yeah, I got one here. Here you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
All right, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is your survival guide for September 18th, 2014. All right, and we have a little special snippet here. On today, cycling champion Lance Armstrong was born in 1971.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Does it
And he
also say when he started doing drugs?
He started doing steroids 3 years later.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's a good little fact.
Start him early.
All right. So we also have another new little snippet. This is a new guide I found in the back. I tucked it in there. Apparently I was high on some mountain berries. And I wrote this up and I stuck it in the back and I totally forgot about this.
Okay.
This is a little segment called What's the Worst It Could Be? So I'm going to give you a scenario and you have to guess what's the worst situation it can be.
Okay.
All right. So you are in a restaurant and see a distressed woman pointing to her mouth and gesturing frantically. What's the worst it could be?
Do you want to go first or do you want me
She's
to?
choking, obviously. The worst it could be, it's an alien about to pop out of her chest.
Okay.
But I think she's choking.
I'm going to say she's at a fancy seafood dinner.
Ooh.
And she was eating a blowfish, and the blowfish wasn't dead, and she went to swallow it.
It puffed up.
And it puffed up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Clogging the esophagus hole.
Okay. And what do you do in that situation? What would you do in that situation?
I would kick her in the chest, make her fall to the ground, and then reach my hand as far down her throat as I can and pull out that fish.
Sounds like what you do on dates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm describing what I did last Friday.
I'm going to say that you perform the Heimlich maneuver.
Okay. We got a Chuck over there with a real winner.
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Because the
It was
worst
an
it could be-
alien?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, duh. You call Sigourney Weaver, you get a machine gun, and
And
you
you give the Heimlich maneuver.
give him the Heimlich maneuver with the giant robot.
She has something stuck in her throat. Free breathing in this situation must be restored within 4 minutes, otherwise she may suffer brain damage. If not restored within 8 minutes, she will probably die.
Whoa.
Attempt the Heimlich maneuver by getting behind her, placing your arms around her, and making quick, sharp upward pressing against her abdomen with your fist.
I've actually done the Heimlich maneuver once.
Have you?
I was a lifeguard
save somebody?
for 2 years. Yep, my buddy Tony. We were at band practice, and he was sick, and he's the singer, and so he had the cough drops or the throat
Halls
lozenges
or something like that.
Yeah, in his mouth, and he's singing, and he's just fine. And all of a sudden, he takes a deep breath in to because he's about to belt a new note.
Yeah.
And as soon as he does, he inhales the cough drop.
Cough drop.
And we're still playing, and we're playing like nothing's really happening. And we're looking around at him, and he's kind of like hunched over, grabbing his neck. I'm like,
Oh, he's
I know what
choking.
he's doing. So everyone else is still playing. I take my guitar off, put it down, come up behind him, pump twice, and it shoots across the garage. And then, like how cool guys never look at explosions, I turn my back to him, put my guitar on, and I keep playing.
Pointed your finger in the air and we're like, I'm the best.
Yeah.
And then continued to play.
Basically, it was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, you're pretty cool.
All right, thank you.
All right, next situation. You are exploring
Anka.
Krakata, west of Java.
Karatata.
The volcano that arose where Karatata
Karatata.
once stood before its eruption caused...
Dude, are you serious right now?
I don't know fancy words.
Do you want me to read it?
No.
Terracotta.
Terracotta? No, it's
Terracotta.
Karatata.
Carrot. Okay.
Mount Carrot.
Anka Carrot, west of Java Mug. The volcano that arose where Carrot once stood before its eruption caused the entire island of Rak to disappear.
So we're at a volcano.
Yeah, you're at
where
a
a volcano
volcano.
used to be.
It's a popular terrorist spot. The black ash ground is hot, and white steam rises from the cracks in the rock. No one is certain
Just
why
there hanging out with the terrorists.
No one is certain why the mountain carrot might blow, but the steam is becoming more intense, and the ground is beginning to rumble. You think the eruption might begin. Should you A. Run as far as you can as quickly as possible. B. Take shelter inside the nearest building and lie flat. C. Take shelter inside the nearest building and move to the highest floor possible. Or D. Climb the nearest tree.
Dude, you just wait for the carrots to erupt and then you just eat the carrots.
What was option A?
Run as far as you can as quickly as possible.
I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I am as well.
I mean, if it's a volcano, no matter what building you go into, it's going to be burnt down to the ground.
Even if you climb a tree, like when Mount St. Helens blew, there was a huge mudslide and it tore down everything.
All right, so locked in.
Knocked in.
Yeah.
All right, actual answer?
Yes.
C. Take shelter inside the nearest building and move to the highest floor possible. First off, you should move upslope to avoid mud flows and falling debris. Do not try to outrun the lava, however. So you're not going to outrun it. If you are near a depression or valley that might divert the flow from it, try to get to the safe side. So if it's flowing downhill, get on the other side of the
flow
river on the downhill side. Number 3, do not sit or lie on the floor or ground. Volcano fumes, like carbon dioxide, do not have strong odor and are often denser than air, so they may collect near the ground. And 4, since volcanic ash can quickly clog the radiator or engine of your car, avoid driving except to evacuate. All right, and finally, which is your worst case? I'm going to give you 2 situations. Which one is worse? Scuba diving and running out of air, or skydiving with a parachute that fails to open?
Scuba diving is worse. I would think is worse. Because like for me, I understand the skydiving is like, if you don't have a parachute and your backup doesn't work as well.
Well, I didn't say your backup doesn't work. I just said you just pull the main chute and it fails.
Well, then you have a backup, so it's fine.
Well, what if that fails?
Well,
What?
And
I'm just saying.
also, he never said how deep you were scuba diving. You could have just been 2 feet down,
Yeah.
run out of air. You're like, oh, you
And
just
that's
swim to
true.
the surface.
But I'm saying if I am really deep, you have to do, and you even if you still have air, you have to do the thing where you come up in levels so that you don't have what is that? There's a certain
Implode.
Yeah, it's like you can change.
It's called embolism.
Yeah, it's where you get used to the pressure as you go up.
You get air bubbles in your bloodstream and it causes you to die.
That's what it is. Yeah, and so if you run out of air, you want to get up quickly.
Yeah.
And if you're down deep and you run out of air, you can't get up quickly. You have to do it slow, otherwise you're gonna die anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's way more terrifying to me than skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving, if my parachute doesn't open, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get naked. I'm going to do flips. I'm going to make this look as cool as possible.
That is how I was meant to go if that's how it happens.
Yeah.
For scuba diving just seems terrifying because you're underwater.
So which one's worse now?
The scuba diving.
Going scuba diving,
Both
but
going scuba diving.
even if if your second chute does fail, and even if you try to save yourself by jumping on a companion, the shock of the chute opening will be severe enough to dislocate your back or break your legs.
Yep, I would rather do that than die of like suffocation.
I would too, by far. Because I know if I'm going to hit the bottom, I'm not going to feel it. I'm just going to straight up drop to my death and it'll be over. I would be basically drowning or suffocating without
Most
the
people
air.
even die before they even hit.
Right.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline rush.
Scream themselves to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I would rather do that than
So
suffocate.
scuba diving is worse.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Unanimously worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Like that's one of my worst fears for the kind of death that I have is suffocation, drowning, or being on fire.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Jeez
so
Louise.
Sorry, I hit my head on the table.
I was going to say. So is it time to bring out the calculator?
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Still loud.
Yeah.
Loud as ever.
I'm running it on diesel and premium.
Oh.
Good for you.
High
Good for
class.
you. I bet that's really expensive.
Yeah. I got money. I actually make my own fuel now.
Do you? Out of corn?
You take beetles. Yes, you do use corn, but you just eat the corn. You don't use it in the fuel.
Of course. How could I be so dumb?
And your own mess, and you mix the beetles and the mess together and squish it until juice comes out, and that's
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and then you get full.
Dude, why'd you have to do that?
Sorry.
Anyway,
My bad.
so what does the magic calculator say?
All right, so who wants to go first?
I've gone first the last 2 weeks.
All right, so I'll
So
go first.
Joe, go first.
All right, so Joe, you get a whopping 37%.
Yay!
Yeah, you passed out from the fumes of the volcano because you were trying to run towards it, and then the lava overtook you. So that was pretty bummer.
But did I save the lady at least? With the blowfish?
You missed the blowfish and you actually grabbed her heart.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least I had her heart for a little while before she died.
You stole her heart.
That?
Romantic.
That?
You're romantic.
All right.
All right. And
A true romantic. Joe.
Chuck over there.
Hello. That is
He
I.
got a surprising 82% this week.
Yeah! Yeah!
Chuck crushed you by at least 3 times. That's pretty impressive, Chuck.
Thanks.
What was in your training regiment this week?
This week I ate. I'm on a strict diet of things that only start with vowels, so I'm mainly eating Oreos.
So you didn't eat your Wheaties?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm mainly just eating Oreos.
Did you drink Yahoo, but only sometimes?
Yeah, only every once in a while because sometimes why.
Thank you.
All right. So Chuck is the winner this week.
Thank you.
Good for
I
you.
hold the survival belt.
Good job. Yay.